It was quite the breezy Monday out there, and that brought along with it plenty of clouds as well. But the winds are calming down, the clouds are clearing out. Are things looking up as we head on towards your Tuesday? We'll let you know here in just a bit.
The station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
911, what's the address of the emergency?
I've flown into a tower. Believe it or not, the aircraft is pinned in the tower. And I don't know how long we're going to be able to stay here.
Now at 9, the initial 911 call after a plane crashes into a Maryland cell tower. The pilot and passenger dangling in the air for hours. We're live with new details from that remarkable rescue.
Plus, a luxury car heist. Thieves caught on camera stealing tens of thousands of dollars worth of cars. Tonight, the urgent search for the suspects.
And a stunning new report on the work order backlog for city buildings in D.C., including its public schools. And there are concerns those repair failures could hinder learning.
Thank you so much for joining us for DC News Now at 9. I'm Tasmin Mahfouz.
I'm Radio Chris Flanagan. Our top story tonight, that remarkable airplane rescue in Gaithersburg, Maryland. A pilot and passenger stuck dangling in the air for 7 hours, held up only by a Pepco cell tower.
Yeah, one person remains in the hospital, but both survived. And tonight, we're hearing for the very first time that initial 911 call made by the pilot.
Our Cheyenne Corinne live on the scene for us now in Gaithersburg. And Cheyenne, tonight you listened to that dramatic 911 call.
I did, and I have to tell you, for someone who was stuck in a plane 100 feet off the ground, the pilot, he sounded pretty calm. Now tonight, DC News Now, we received that 911 dispatch call. Take a listen to the pilot the moment that he realized he flew into a power line and was dangling in the air.
911, what's the address of the emergency?
I've flown into a tower.
That's the voice of the pilot, 65-year-old Patrick Merkel. Around 5:40 p.m. Sunday evening, a small plane he was flying crashed into a power line near Montgomery County Air Park in Gaithersburg. Somehow, Merkel and the passenger, 66-year-old Jan Williams, survived. They were stuck inside the plane 100 feet off the ground. Not even Merkel could believe it.
Believe it or not, the aircraft is pinned in the tower. And I don't know how long we're going to be able to stay here.
And the 911 call, Merkel suggested a crew send up a ladder, but the rescue operation was much more complicated. It took emergency workers about 7 hours to safely free Merkel and Williams and get them down.
We are injured.
Okay, where are you guys injured at?
I've got, I think we got head injuries from being banged around in the cockpit.
Merkel and Williams were taken to the hospital with serious injuries. As of Monday evening, one of them has already been released. The plane crash knocked out power for more than 100,000 customers and even canceled school. Pepco since has restored service for all customers.
All of a sudden, I hear like a huge bang, and I'm like, looking around, I'm like, what was that? And lights started flickering and stuff.
The NTSB's preliminary report is expected to be released in 2 to 3 weeks. The final report could take up to a year or more. In the meantime, the community and even the pilot are amazed there wasn't a worse outcome.
We could slip out of this tower and go tail first to the ground, and that would not be a survivable distance.
And it's rare that this is the outcome in a crash like this. Back in December of 2014, another Gaithersburg plane crash killed a mother and her 2 children in their home, along with all of those passengers. And that plane also was headed to the Montgomery Air Park. Live in Gaithersburg, I'm Cheyenne Corinne for DC News Now.
Cheyenne, thank you. Just incredible. So we'll be following the story all night. Coming up in our next half hour, an aviation expert weighs in on what he thinks caused the plane to crash.
And breaking news tonight, an overnight apartment fire in Prince George's County, Maryland, being investigated as arson. This was a scene last night on Warner Avenue in Landover Hills. More than a dozen people were forced out. 2 were taken to the hospital with serious injuries, but we're told they are expected to be okay. And tonight we've just learned a woman has been arrested and charged with multiple counts of arson, malicious burning, and reckless endangerment. The fire department's estimated that the damage is at $100,000.
And new tonight, people in Chesapeake, Virginia, coming together to honor 6 people who were killed in a mass shooting at a Walmart. Hundreds attending tonight's candlelight vigil to pay tribute to a group of overnight workers ages 16 to 70. Police say they were gunned down Tuesday night by a store supervisor who also died of a self-inflicted gunshot wounds. 6 others were wounded, some critically.
Well, tonight, President Biden is asking Congress to intervene and block a railroad strike before next month's deadline. Right now, contract talks are stalled with several unions. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi already said lawmakers would take up legislation this week to impose a deal agreed to back in September. The president is warning a rail shutdown would devastate our economy. The strike could come as early as December 9th.
And new tonight, a city department is failing to keep up with building repairs, leaving people in D.C. public schools and government buildings waiting weeks just for fixes. This is all according to a new audit that was released today, which investigates the Department of General Services. Now, our reporter Mariel Carbone is joining us live at 1 Judiciary Square. And Mariel, according to this audit, that building has the highest number of work orders.
That's right. This building behind me alone had 1,600 work orders submitted, things ranging from lighting issues to doors not locking. Now, although this building, which is home to government offices, tops the list, there are 8 D.C. public schools that make the top 20, which some education advocates say is unacceptable. Inside public schools across the district, education advocates say problems continue to persist.
You know, we're talking about leaking roofs. We're talking about HVACs that don't work. We're talking about, winter days where there's no heating and summer days where there's no cooling.
Scott Goldstein is the executive director of Empower Ed. He says the Department of General Services is failing to provide a safe space for kids and teachers.
Failure is the right word for it because our students are in these buildings every day. Our teachers are in these buildings every day, and our staff, and they're expected to deliver excellent education for every student in buildings that are not excellent.
DC's auditor Kathy Patterson agrees. She released this report Monday, which outlines DGS's failures to manage work orders, leading to delays in fixing door locks, lighting, HVAC systems, and more.
I'm glad that we have the new data, but it's shining a light on a problem that's persisted for a long time.
According to the audit, work orders for D.C. public schools made up 43% of all D.C. work orders. And of the 20 district buildings with the most work orders, 8 of them were schools.
I think we saw the worst case scenario last year.
Councilmember Robert White has pushed for DGS accountability since the start of the school year, and he mandated the launch of this work order dashboard earlier this year in hopes of providing transparency. Goldstein supports that, but says more still needs to change.
The fact that we've had so much oversight of DGS and yet these problems have not been fixed speaks to a failure of executive leadership and to the system that we have in place to make sure there are checks and balances.
And this audit, it was sent to DGS back in October, and they were given an opportunity to respond. The agency did not provide any comment then, and I did reach out asking for a comment or an interview today, but I have not heard back yet. Reporting live tonight, I'm Mariel Carbone, DC News Now.
Mariel, thanks. And developing right now, Montgomery County Police need your help to track down 4 people caught on surveillance video stealing cars and keys from a luxury used car dealership. It happened just before 2 a.m. at Universal Auto Group on Distribution Circle in Silver Spring. That's where we find DC News Now reporter Daniel Hamburg. And Daniel, this isn't the only dealership that had cars stolen this morning.
Yeah, Chris. Well, police were called here at 1:47 a.m. this morning in Silver Spring. I also talked to another car dealership owner just about 30 minutes away near Laurel in Anne Arundel County. Also, his business was hit by thieves as well. First, I want to take you right to the video from inside this location where I am right now. The 4 suspects here at Universal Auto Group who can be seen breaking into a window and stealing 4 cars, a 2017 white Mercedes-Benz GLS, a 2019 gold Mercedes-Benz GLC, a 2019 white Mercedes-Benz S450, and a 2019 white BMW X3. Police say thieves also stole a number of car keys. Meanwhile, at about 2:30 in the morning, 30 minutes east of this location, KB Auto Group in Laurel was also hit. 3 cars were stolen there, a blue 2017 Mercedes-Benz E300, a blue 2015 Infiniti QX80, and a silver 2010 Toyota Ford 4Runner. Owner Samuel Boateng tells me about 25 to 30 luxury car keys were also gone when employees got there this morning. He says the back door had been broken in and estimates his losses right now at about $100,000.
They might be connected because they dress in full suit and then they had on face masks. They covering all the whole face. They had on gloves too. Their time will be up. If it's not up, we'll catch them and they will face the law.
Now, we don't know if these two burglaries are connected in any way, but if you do have any information or recognize the people in these videos, you're asked to call police. Live in Silver Spring, Maryland, Daniel Hamburg, DC News Now.
All right, time now for a first check on the forecast. Pretty quiet and chilly out there right now.
Yeah, we got meteorologist Damon Matson in for Janessa Webb tonight. And Damon, at least there's some sun tomorrow.
That's right, guys. Yeah, the sunshine is something to look forward to on Tuesday. But for the time being, as we get into the overnight hours, yes, it's turning chilly, but at least it won't feel quite as chilly with these wind speeds really calming down after we saw 10 to 20 mile-per-hour winds throughout much of the day. We don't even really have much wind at all across northern Virginia, back into Hagerstown as well. That wind speed has dropped down to nearly zero. So things looking a lot more on the calm side of things here tonight, and a sign that sunshine is on the way tomorrow. Look at what pops up on our satellite and radar picture here. High pressure is settling directly overhead tonight, and that's going to help to clear out that cloud cover that was ever so pesky throughout our Monday. We are looking at a mix of that clear sky and cloud cover tonight, and as we gain more of that clear sky, the temperatures do drop down here. We are expecting lows just a little bit above freezing within the DC metro. Locations to the west are a lot more likely to drop down into the upper 20s. A bit of a frosty and frigid start to your Tuesday morning, so be prepared to get warmed up before you head out the door with those temperatures down into the 20s and 30s. But what will make the difference again here is the fact that the sunshine is going to be out at least through the first half of the day tomorrow, helping to warm things up. But as we go into your Tuesday evening, are we expecting clouds to return? And should we be ready to have the rain gear handy by the middle of this week again? We'll let you know here in just a bit.
All right, Damon, thank you. When we come back, a catfishing case turned deadly. Disturbing details on a former police trooper accused of murdering 3 family members in a cross-country killing spree.
And families with children of all abilities hope to see real change after a federal lawsuit against Frederick Schools. What the district is promising next. You're watching DC News Now at 9, covering the news where you live from Washington, D.C. to West Virginia. Stick around. Back with more news and weather right after this.